The WLTOYS 144001 is one of the best cheap RC buggies ever created, and that is because it was cheap, readily available and a great entry point for a lot of beginners. But unfortunately, due to increased shipping costs and a lot of other things taking place in the world, this buggy is no longer cheap. Now I thought it'd be a great idea to revisit the WLTOYS 144001 because it is still a popular little RC buggy. It's just a shame that things have changed and it's no longer a cheap option. Now I did check this morning before heading out to make this video. These things are currently selling for between £80 to £100. They used to be about £60, which is about $70, potentially $80, which was really cheap considering what you actually got. Now these things are over £100, $120, something like that. Are they still a good option? Now we have to remember a lot of the WLTOYS models out there are essentially clones of the LC racing stuff. Now what this means is quality may not be as good as the LC racing models. The only models I've seen which closely resemble the same quality are from Relalo. Quality was never really an issue for me, especially when these things were dirt cheap. When you could pick one of these up for about £60, if you had to grease the diffs and fill the shocks up, that was never a major issue for me. Now because these things were never perfect out the box, I did a free essential things to do to the 144001 video. I also done a free recommended things to do. Check both of those videos out if you currently own one of these, or you've just purchased one, or you're looking to buy one. Check those videos out because I would highly recommend doing some very simple maintenance to get the very best out of your 144001. So is the 144001 still a good option in 2022? Well, do you know what? I don't think it is. And the reason I don't think it's worth it anymore is because you can pick up the 144010, which is the faster, more agile brother to this thing. You can actually pick that up for about £10 more. What a lot of people used to do, including myself, is buy these things as a really good platform to upgrade. You could fit some 1/10 scale electronics in there and you can be reaching some crazy speeds. Now we've got the ready to run brushless versions. There's really no need to go through all of that effort anymore. Just buy the 2S and 3S ready, brushless 144010 and be done with it. Now there are some really good alternatives out there, so definitely shop around. I'm a huge fan of some of the high boxing stuff and I will leave some links down below if you want to check out my top 5 and my top 10 cheap RC cars. The weather is disgusting today. I'm really hoping we manage to get a run with the 144001 because it is wet. So this is the original buggy that I've had since the start of my channel. I have made some minor changes. I am now running an electronic setup from a Relalo instead of the original buggy. So I have got the different motor in there. I'm also running the Relalo ESC, and the reason for that is the stock WLTOYS ESC only allows you to use a 5-wire servo. I wanted to upgrade the servo. I'm now using a digital mini Savox servo. I will leave a link to that if you want to purchase one of those. They are a direct fit in these little buggies. I have made some very minor upgrades. This servo's really made a difference to the handling and it was definitely a worthwhile little upgrade. Apart from the very minor electronics upgrade, me filling up the shocks and greasing the diffs, everything on this buggy is exactly how it come out the box. So I'm switching to my GoPro because I don't want to be getting my mirrorless camera wet. So let's give the 144001 its first run of 2022. So there's a few things we need to talk about then, and the first thing is why these things were so popular in the first place. And I think all of that comes down to the cost. You could pick one of these up for £60, which is an absolute steal for an RC car of this quality. All the metal components, yes, they may not be LC racing quality, but they are definitely up there. And they're a lot better than some of the cheaper branded options. These things handle so well. They're so agile, and that servo upgrade has really made a difference. Really love these buggies. I always have. I think these are one of the most common or most sold item on Banggood at the moment. But I think sales have slowed down a little bit because of the increased cost. So let's talk power upgrades then, because a lot of people did convert theirs to brushless because a brushless ready to run wasn't available at the time. You had to use the stock electronics, or you could fit a big 3660 in there, 3660 motor and a powerful ESC. And some people were reaching crazy speeds with these little buggies. We're talking 100 miles an hour plus. Great little buggy, so much fun. And for a lot of people, the stock electronics are more than enough. As you can see, it is quite nippy, and these things can reach a speed of about 27 to 30 miles per hour straight out the box, which is more than enough for a beginner. So there we go then, that was the WLTOYS 144001, one of the most impressive and most popular buggies WLTOYS has ever created. Now with the increased cost, it is no longer a very good option, especially when you've got so many brushless ready to run options out there now, like the 144010, the 901A by High Boxing, plus a whole lot more. So what is it I love about the 144001 then? Because ever since I started my channel, I've had a huge amount of love for these things. Now for me, I love the fact that they're so small and agile. You can throw these things in a backpack and you can take them anywhere. But most importantly, they are such a good upgradable platform. You can upgrade the electronics, the shocks, the diffs, anything you want to do on this thing. There's upgrades out there. And there's also a huge fan base, there's loads of Facebook groups, people have made some insane modifications to these little buggies. I just think they're great. So still a good option in 2022 then? I don't think they are at the current price. Now guys, shop around because you may actually be able to pick one of these up second hand for a lot cheaper than buying a brushless ready to run 144010. You can then go ahead and buy a cheap brushless ESC and motor, and you can make it brushless without having to spend all of that extra money. So we're going to leave the video there today. If you haven't already, make sure you've hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. We're getting very close to 20,000 subscribers now, and when we get even closer, I will be announcing a 20,000 subscriber giveaway. Cheers for watching, see you on the next one.